We begin this hour with potential new fallout from President Trump's trade policies that could lead to higher car prices in this country. Yesterday, President Trump signed executive orders imposing 25% tariffs on all imports of steel and aluminum, including from our two biggest trading partners, Mexico and Canada. For more on how this may work, we're joined by CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. Kelly, so great to have you on this. Why is the president doing this? What's his rationale? And on what countries and industries could the tariffs affect?
So this is really all about bolstering the American steel and aluminum industries. Of course, those are critical to some of our defense technologies and whatnot. So the countries, let's start with steel. So big sources of imports come from Canada, Mexico, Brazil. On the aluminum front, also Canada's a big one, as is the UAE and South Korea. Now, that's sort of, the reason for it. Tariffs also can mean higher prices for consumers. And I'm really talking about in the home building and automobile industries, both industries that leverage aluminum and steel. And I also want to highlight this really interesting tension in the manufacturing industry. So one of the reasons that you impose tariffs is to encourage companies to come and produce here. That helps our manufacturing industry in the U.S. When you have aluminum and steel costing more, then it becomes higher costs for these manufacturers to produce here. So it's a kind of an interesting dynamic.
So Trump has leveraged tariffs before in his first administration. What kind of impact did that have, and what's the difference between now and then?
Yeah, so we did see this in the first administration. It did help those two particular industries, but a number of analyses also show higher prices, a slowing in growth to exporting those products, and also job loss in manufacturing because things costed more. In terms of what's different, so he actually did exempt a number of countries back then. This is sort of a wide sweeping tariff when it comes to aluminum and steel this time. I will note the Biden administration did roll some of those tariffs back, but they also did impose a similar tariff on Mexico. They were targeting steel and aluminum that wasn't made in Mexico, was actually made in China coming into this country. So there is some bipartisan effort when it comes to aluminum and steel tariffs.
Something tells me this won't be the last conversation we'll be having with you about tariffs,
Right
Kelly.
about that, Gayle.
But always good to have you in the studio. Thank you so much.